You saw me, my friend, not as the tattered boy who wore and hid a secret too terrible to mend, or the sudden shiv drawn in that dark where a cleft thumb was then caught, the boy whose soul would have need of a needle and thread to be patched betwixt seams of a life stitched too taut for laughter spared, or more generous grief. And when holding her hand at the end, how she finally breathed. You saw me, my friend, not as a vagrant in a chapel, half invisible, shivering, my greatcoat damp, from hard rain where filthied by mud ditch the first dream of thumb said, go where she waits for no one. Become ye a student of Latin devotion, embodied a candle outlasting her glow. Be the good son that she in Vaclav so wanted, a bright kettle, a well-loved book, a warming presence in the home. You saw me, my friend, not as a copyist in a floor-to-sky library, or an untrained brain to refine, not as one tasked to conceal that great works had been wrought by a woman's sharp mind, or the keeper of a secret named Anna that would crash the whole edifice down. I learned there to think, to dispute, to declare, to monitor threats unawares, a stipend as well, but just one embrace in 6 years. You saw me, my friend, not as a set of hands at a workbench, or an intricacy of gears to be wound, or a thumb joint needing an augment, a man where men shouldn't stand. I learned her, inventor, the tools of the testament to do, not too closely, the act of making me whole, her soul sanctity. Be wary of whiskey, though, widows who covet sobriety, her embarrassment vast enough to dismiss me. You saw me, my friend, not as hunger sees body, nor as rapture craves arousal of flesh, not as the breath of my life, nor the light of my lust, nor the last wine spilled in the feather-filled bed, nor the unbearable agonies of agreeing to part. Through her I learned colors at the starts, and the ends of all things. Was it love, or my shadow caught in the throat of her skin, breathing but too mute to inquire, the whole of her tremulous wanting. You saw me, my friend, not as a spade knelt in dirt, who would trade his labor for uneasy looks, then to witness a madness devour as soil sucks at roots, not as a keeper of sorrows, the knower of losses and rose quartz is kept in overfilled jars, the pockets of children who drowned, seeking gems for a motherly crown, a woman whose grief made an uproot of gardens, a murder of sheep. My arms were too weak to carry her pain. You saw me, my friend, not as the one with ghosts in his eyes, or a palm of strong lines to portend the scribe, not as an embodiment of roads, or the sieve through which spirit sent the thumb as my guide. For her I would carry the collective craving, would resist being weighted and held, though she was the seer of dreaming made starlight, where you were the masks in the mirror made real. You saw me, my friend, and the seeing was good, with the sconces all lit and the audience roared, and the show was complete, the inexorable truth that we each are a repertoire of parts that rose dawn to speak, or to secret our hearts shall exercise loss, as though worn all our lives will distinguish which masks are best, set aside at the end of the play. and that you who smiled as this aged man gazed from a seated parquet, beholding your stage, would adore my particular way of inhabiting space, and thus call me up to share in your own, to defend me when judged, and well after my death a convent sustained the scribe and the child long graced by your ray. When the thumb said, "You're home," and this love was your goal, Isabella, you've carried our story to tell.